Gilmore Girls is a classic comfort show, watched by viewers almost religiously for the past 2 decades. New viewers are quickly drawn in by the witty dialogue, dynamic mother-daughter duo of Lorelai and Rory, and the quaint charm of Stars Hollow. Meanwhile, longtime viewers are continually drawn back by the show's heartwarming sense of community, its rich cast of characters, and the nostalgic comfort it provides. If you're anything like me, you've been watching the show on repeat almost constantly since you were a child, and it's gotten to the point where you now realize that Kirk is actually the most relatable and inspirational character on the show. So I've been watching the show since I was about 12 or 13. I started just watching it on TV, and then I started getting it through the Netflix DVD mail-in service. And then finally, as a teenager, with my first job, my first paycheck, ordering season 1 box set and watching it all in one day. When I was younger, of course, I related the most with Rory. As I got older, I found myself relating a lot more to Lorelai. As far as Kirk was concerned, I had always just considered him for what he was. Goofball side character who helps add to the charm and quirkiness of Stars Hollow. One of his main gimmicks is that he works at nearly every establishment in Stars Hollow. It becomes somewhat of a running joke that even he isn't on.
I've had 15,000 jobs.
Stars Hollow is intentionally designed to evoke a sense of sentimentality and coziness in its viewers. This close-knit community is something that we'll probably never be able to experience in our lives, and I think that's why so many of us are so attracted to it. When we see these recurring characters throughout town, it helps us feel like we're a part of this close-knit community. One of the characters that recurs constantly is Kirk. Whether it's the video store, the post office, Dosey's Market, the local movie theater, it's fun to see him always popping up and just being his weird self. One thing that makes Kirk such a fun character is his just complete lack of self-awareness and his disregard for what others think of him. So this often leads to humorous situations throughout the show. So why do I think that Kirk is the most relatable, and I'll even go as far to say inspirational character on this show? After watching it so many times, here's something that I've realized about Kirk. Kirk is a multipotentialite. If this is your first time hearing this term, let me explain. So there are other terms floating around like scanner, multi-passionate, polymath, renaissance soul. They basically describe a person with a wide range of interests and talents to the point where they might often find it challenging to commit to a single career path or pursuit. If you're familiar with the term Renaissance man, these terms are basically trying to describe a contemporary individual representing the same qualities of Renaissance people from the Renaissance era, like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Galileo, who were known for having these diverse interests, talents, and excelling in different fields. People with these kinds of qualities are really hard to define in today's day and age because we're so focused on a society of specialization, and people have it in their heads to always choose one path. Starting from when we're really young, we're asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? Then we enter university and we're asked, what do you want to major in? And then we graduate and we're basically asked to choose one career path to stay with for the rest of our lives. For multipotentialites, we have a fear of just choosing one path because we feel like it means giving up all of our other options. Kirk is an excellent example of a multipotentialite, in my opinion. When I see him on screen working various different jobs, pursuing different hobbies, engaging in town events, and even taking on diverse entrepreneurial endeavors, I feel like I really get Kirk. So throughout the show, we do get some peeks into Kirk's real personal life. He does have a very strange mother. And we know that maybe he doesn't come from the best background, so maybe he's working a lot to get away from his mother, to make money to get out of his house. But I think it's a little bit more than that. I think he innately enjoys this kind of diverse working schedule that he has. He's able to switch between his different jobs easily, and he's not afraid to learn new things and take on new roles. One notable moment for Kirk was in the episode where Rory was trying to plan a surprise birthday party for Lorelai and was trying to get together a giant pizza. The pizza guy called her and complained about how it wasn't working out and that Kirk had severe burns, and Rory said, "Did it ever occur to you that the problem may not be the pizza, it may be Kirk?" And the guy says, "No, it did not occur to me." I know we're supposed to laugh at Kirk and think he's silly, but to me, this moment showed that people in town really depended on Kirk to be the can-do-everything guy. If there's an odd job to be done, they call Kirk. And this was a big point in Barbara Scher's book, Refuse to Choose, a book all about scanners, a term similar to multipotentialites. She makes the point that even some of the experts we look up to in history were in fact amateurs themselves. While we typically just think of amateurs as people who have only limited skill in or knowledge of an activity, she argues that an amateur is learning something new because of their interest in it, and often will do it for the sheer pleasure of it, regardless of how skilled they become. We should embrace being amateurs because multipotentialites or scanners really excel in this beginning stage. We're not scared to take on new things. So what I appreciate most about Kirk's character is his relatable imperfection. He's not an expert at everything that he tackles. For instance, his stint as a mail carrier was fraught with mail mix-ups. And when he attempted to install alarm systems, it transformed Lorelei's house into a trap of blaring alarms. He falls short in some areas, and that's absolutely fine. It resonates with the reality that sometimes we're drawn to a field only to discover that it's not our forte. And the same goes for his entrepreneurial, his business endeavors. Kirk has come up with some really crazy business ideas throughout the show. Whether he's launching a line of soaps and shampoos called Hey There, printing t-shirts with quotes from daily happenings around town, or introducing a pedicab service, his determination to pursue his ideas is actually pretty admirable. And sure, again, sometimes the ideas aren't very good and they do not work out. If a business venture fails, he just moves on to the next one. And he doesn't abandon his day jobs just to pursue his business ventures either. He manages to strike a balance by keeping his regular employment while occasionally exploring new ventures. And honestly, not all his endeavors fail. I mean, think of the time that he was showing off his estate ring collection to Luke that he had got from being a companion to older ladies. Obviously, he was good enough at that job that he was able to carry around his own little portable pawn shop. And like a multipotentialite, Kirk has many hobbies. His tend to be on the creative side, which I find very relatable. I'm the same. Like when he was trying to be a photographer, or when he made a short film and presented it to the whole town, or when he took part in Miss Patty's recital. It's amazing that he has time for all these endeavors given his busy work schedule. But I think that's important as multipotentialites. We need to sometimes separate the things that we can do for money, that we can turn into business ventures or into day jobs, and the things that we just do for fun, that we just purely enjoy. And it's very clear that the things, his hobbies, are not things that he could necessarily monetize, but he still does them just because he genuinely loves them. And that's a huge part of having hobbies, right? We do them because we love them, not because we're trying to make money off of them. And I feel like the same kind of goes for when he's helping out with the community too. Like he loves his town of Stars Hollow. Whether it's the Easter egg hunt, the Firelight Festival, or Taylor's amazing hay maze, we always see Kirk playing an important role in supporting the events. And when he has the chance to combine his love for performance and help out his community, he jumps on it. Like when he played Jesus for the Festival of Living Art. He really got into that role and did a damn good job. Then when he starred in the elementary school production of Fiddler on the Roof, he took the time out of his busy schedule to star in this production because his girlfriend Lulu, a teacher at the school, asked him to help. And Kirk is the guy to call when you need an odd job done. And by the way, props to Lulu for appreciating and loving Kirk for who he is. What I find compelling about Kirk's character is that he doesn't romanticize the notion of having multiple jobs, like he's some kind of expert in every field or he's some kind of prodigy. Instead, he exemplifies the idea of embracing variety and actively engaging in one's interests, rather than striving for expertise in everything. I know that Kirk's situation isn't realistic, it's a TV show after all, and Kirk is just a quirky side character meant to make us laugh, not take inspiration from. We can't actually work several different part-time jobs, volunteer for town events, do odd jobs on the side, and engage in all of our hobbies to the extent that Kirk did. But it does give us a representation of a lifestyle outside the normal specialization. I think even if Kirk had the chance to work one job, even if he was offered a ton of money, he would still be doing multiple things on the side because that's just the kind of personality he has. He's an inspiration to all multipotentialites, scanners, multi-passionates, hell, even just those of us who don't like the idea of committing to one field, because he doesn't worry about what others think of him. He does what he loves, he keeps busy, he comes up with ideas and tries them out, and he doesn't let failure get him down. Let me know what you think. I know this is a little bit far-fetched, but like after discovering that I myself am a multipotentialite, I've been having a lot of fun trying to find these kind of characters in my favorite shows. And I think we can see them more often than you might think. And it can just be nice to see a character that kind of embodies the same personality that we have, right? I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you are interested in learning more about multipotentialites, check out my channel. I have a video where I show a week in my life as a multipotentialite that shows a more realistic way compared to Kirk that people with our personality can design their lives so that they fit better with our unique traits. Like and subscribe, and thanks for checking out my video.